welcome back to the Chatting Average, the only show on the internet where we have to do every single introduction twice. John Sansoni is looking to his left. Sean Lieber is laughing. And fellas, we are like 3 weeks away from the MLB postseason.
You know,
has anybody noticed that? Has anybody realized this? Has anybody looked at a calendar recently?
No.
You should start looking at calendars more because, boy, it's the boy howdy. The playoffs.
I've been looking at a lot of calendars.
Oh,
like the things you strain water through?
Yeah. My only issue with that is it's just noodles. So I actually
don't use it for other things. People,
but I only used it for noodles. So I don't know what day it is.
If only there was like more with noodles, like Noodles and Company. But they don't have that. So we'll figure that out.
That's not even real.
I heard there was a fire that prevented one of those from existing.
That's actually really sad. I actually like to do. I have not been to a.
I'm also very sad as a returning Columbia resident. However, I've only ever had Noodles and Company one time.
I lost something once.
I was there. I have had Noodles and Company with you before.
Nope, didn't eat.
You didn't?
Nope.
Victim conflicts.
Interesting.
Just was there.
That's stolen valor for Noodles and Company. You did not earn that. You did not earn your grief.
Why did you join the Noodles and Company, sir?
Because I love my free bread side, sir.
Well,
can we talk about baseball?
Baseball podcast. We should probably talk about baseball.
Can we talk about baseball?
I guess. Do you guys want to start in the American League or the Interleague? Or the National League? Actually, all three are choices today.
All three are choices today.
Let's do the Interleague. Let's do the Interleague.
Oh, well, John would like to point out
leagues afterwards.
John would like to point out that he has no coast bias. However, Adam wants to start with the outer leagues. Confused a little bit.
No, I'm going to start with the Interleague and then go to the outer league.
Which outer league would you rather have?
Well, you have to start with the Interleague first, so.
Tampa Bay and everybody's favorite, the Chicago Cubs, set off on a three-game series. Bread games won by the Cubs in this one. Meat game, just one of them, won by the Rays. Game one, 6-4, the Cubs win. Happ homers, and Ballesteros has an RBI triple. They blow the lead in game two, 5-4. The Rays win it. Caminero with a home run, and Nick Fortes, that's his name, has a home run for the lead. Game three, a 4-3 Cubs win. Happ homers. Bottom of the seventh, Horner has a 2 RBI double for the lead. I think this is Rizzo's retirement party. That might have been the game before. Who knows? He was having a great day. I want to be Anthony Rizzo when I grow up. I'm growing up right now, though. Kansas City Royals and the Philadelphia Phillies. A beautiful 3-game set where the Phillies win the bread and the meat game, but not the breads games. 8-2 in game one. Harper has a 2-run home run, and Stott goes yard for 2 runs as well. 8-6 in game two, as the Phillies take it off of a Schwarber home run, and Marsh has 3 RBIs on the day with a home run. 10-3, the Kansas City Royals salvage the series. In game three, Caglione, a 2-run homer. Salvi and Witt each had home runs on the day as well. The Rangers and the Mets. Rangers take the first two, 8-3 in game one. They score 6 in the top of the first, and Dylan Moore has a 2-run home run. Game two, a 3-2 win by the Rangers. Top of the ninth, Wyatt Langford has the RBI single for the lead. In game three, a final after 10 innings, 5-2 win for the Mets. Everything just went dark on my screen because apparently the sun went down. It's been down for a couple hours. Nimmo with a home run, and the bottom of the 10th, Alonso has a walk-off 3-run homer for the win. Detroit and Miami. Miami wins the first two, 8-2 in game one. Ramirez and Hernandez and Weimer all have home runs. 6-4 in game two after 11 innings. Troy Johnston has a home run, and then in the bottom of the 11th, he has a walk-off 2-run home run. Troy Johnston, everybody. Game 3, a 2-0 win for the Detroit Tigers, trying to hold on to that first place spot in the American League Central. They have it, but, trying not to lose 2 games to the Miami Marlins. Dingler with an RBI, and Kaito Montero has 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, 5 Ks. Houston and Atlanta. Houston wins the first 2, 11-3. Zach Cole with a 2-run home run. Altuve has a homer. Walker, Myers, Dubon each have 2 RBIs on the day. 6-2 in game 2 for the Stros. Walker has the 2-run home run, and Pena has 2 RBIs. And Atlanta salvages the series in game 3 with an 8-3 dub. Olsen has a home run. Sandy Leone has a 2-run home run, and Ozzy Albies has 3 RBIs. Arizona and Minnesota. 9-8 win for Minnesota in game 1. Clemens has 2 solo shots and a 2-run home run. And in the bottom of the 9th, Keyshaw walks it off with the sac fly. 5-2 in game 2 for the Diamondbacks. Alec Thomas with a 2-run home run. Top of the 10th, Moreno has an RBI single, and Blaze Alexander has the 2 RBI double to win the game there. Game 3, a 6-4 win for the Snakes. James McCann has a 3-run home run, 4 RBIs on the day. And the Athletics sweep the Cincinnati Reds in 3 games, 3-0, 11-5, 7-4. Cortez has a good week. He's got 3 homers in the series. Nick Kurtz has the longest home run hit of the year. Rooker has a good series with a couple of home runs. Just a great game all over. The Reds not winning the National League Central, Adam.
Yeah, let's finish right where we started with Cincinnati. I think we can just about put them to bed after this series sweep. Cincinnati sitting right now in the standings. We'll get deeper into the standings later on, but they're 74-75, a game below 500. They're 2.5 out of a wild card spot behind the Mets right now. They're in 3rd in the NL Central. Brewers, the best team in baseball. It looks like they're running away with that division. Have we seen the last of Cincinnati this year? That's my question for you boys.
It's looking awful close. Over the last 15 games, Ellie De La Cruz is hitting 167 with a 233 slug and a 206 OBP.
Pick me.
John.
Do we think that the best player on the team that needs their best player to be playing at an elite level for 162 games to maybe make the playoffs is going to struggle when that player is hitting those numbers?
Yes.
I'm going to say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it might be over. It's not great when you're closer to the Cardinals record than the Cubs record. 2.5 games out of the final wild card spot, but
there's that number to me is almost immaterial. I think at this point in the season, there is not a single bit of evidence that we have from the entire season in front of us that Cincinnati can turn it around to this point. There's never been a stretch where they looked like the best team in that division. They, I think, in my opinion, always have had the talent to be able to get there. They just have never let it click, and at this point, it's too late in the year. I think they're good as gone.
Yeah. It's just, and for a team that has those sky-high expectations, it seems like every season it's, what are we going to do about the Cincinnati Reds? Because they have a sneaky good team, and they could really make a push for this NL Central. There's no real clear top team in the NL Central, and that last statement is technically true, only because the Brewers and the Cubs are within 5.5 games of each other, and then Cincinnati is 16.5 games back.
John, I'm not going to lie. I think at the point where it is, what is it,
Yeah, no,
12 to 15 games left in the year,
the Brewers are the best. Yeah, the Brewers are the best. The Brewers are the best one, but the 2 playoff teams coming out of this division being the division-leading Milwaukee Brewers and the wild card Chicago Cubs, and the Reds just not being a part of that.
Just like we all, yes, really.
Yeah, we actually all guessed that. My biggest thing from the interleague is, can we talk about the Mets? And we do. There's no coast bias except for when it comes to hating on the New York teams.
We do need to talk about the Mets, though. I mean,
I'm sorry. The Giants are a 1.5 games back. The Giants that haven't been part of the playoff race for months.
If the Mets miss the playoffs, this year is an abject failure. And I don't know how you move forward with the Stearns administration with this level of an abject failure when you have had the best, like, the highest payroll in baseball, when you've been trying to insta-buy a team for the last 4 years now. You can't sit and continue to be complacent with these teams that fizzle out when the moment gets tough.
Well, I think it's going to be pretty obvious if Alonso leaves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if they lose Alonso because they've had this year where they may not even make the playoffs, and if they do make the playoffs, I mean, who would they currently end up playing? They'd be up against the Phillies in the first round, if I right? Or no, the Cubs in the first round.
Right.
Cubs in the first round.
Yes.
The top two teams in the league get the bye, right?
Correct,
out of the wild card. Okay, yeah, they'd be up against the Cubs. Like that's a sweep.
So since June 13th through Saturday, the Mets were 31-49. They are the third worst team in the MLB by record in that stretch. The two teams worse than them are the Minnesota Twins, who famously got rid of practically everyone, and the no-coast bias Colorado Rockies, who it's the Colorado Rockies. That's
already have lost their 100th game for the third consecutive season. The only 3 seasons in franchise history with 100 losses.
This is the kind of clubhouse where you hear that they had a players-only meeting and that they finally righted the ship, and we're trying to figure out what's going on. And we have the right players. We have a group of guys that we feel confident in, and we're just waiting for them to put the pieces together. But, like, the Giants are really, really uncomfortably close, and the players that you bought at the deadline, like, where is Ryan Helsley?
He's been borderline atrocious since they acquired him.
Can I say something about this roster?
Yes.
By all means.
Like, for a team that we consider throwing money to every single player and acting like they get everyone, they have a surprising amount of New York Mets grown players. 1, 2, 3, 6 of them are in the starting lineup on Fangraphs are from their farm system. They were drafted originally or signed originally by the Mets. And I don't know, guys. I think that's where I'm going to point out why this team has struggled this year. Do we think it might be because there's, like, I don't know, man. Like, you just can't convince me.
There are certain holes on this Mets team that throwing Mark Vientos and Luisa Angel Acuna at just won't fix. You know what I mean?
And it's like
starting pitching.
I know at times Brett Baty has looked good over the last year. That's the other thing. Like, their starting pitching is Clay Holmes and somebody who's 30 years old.
And it's so hilarious that they thought that was going to work. It's so hilarious that they thought. And we will take this, like, 10-year journeyman reliever, turn him into, he's got like 2 pitches. We're going to turn him into a starter, and it's going to solve all of our starting pitching problems. Like, do you hear that? Do you hear yourself speaking?
And, like, a 3.75
you know why they did it?
Yes, yeah.
They did it because they looked at Seth Lugo get turned and went, we could probably do it. Like,
Seth Lugo was in the first place. That's not the direction it worked.
And also, Seth Lugo got converted into a starter when he left New York.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the point. That's the point.
I just, like, I for a team that should be there, like, my God, you've got 4 closers in your bullpen and you can't hold on to a lead. I just, like,
Yankees? Sorry, what?
But like, I mean, come on, hear me out, man. How do you have Tyler Rogers, Edwin Diaz, Ryan Helsley, and Ryan Stanek? Like, I know Stanek's not the top tier guy anymore because he's 35 years old, but like, he was the eighth inning guy for the entirety of the Astros.
Yeah, for sure.
The entirety. Sean Manaea's in the bullpen? What?
They're piggybacking him off of Clay Holmes. Sean Manaea, the guy that you threw money at to be like, please, anything. Save us from starting Jonah Tong and Nolan McLean before they're ready. And Nolan McLean has been pretty good, but poor Jonah Tong has 2 pitches, and he doesn't throw anything but the 2 pitches because the other pitches aren't good.
He had one good outing. He had one very good outing.
My biggest concern with this team is that I know exactly what's going to happen. They're going to blow everything up in the offseason, but you have to look at who's coming back. I mean, think about it. You're getting back Nick Madrigal, Jesse Winker, and Griffin Canning. How can you complain? That's a World Series team with those 3 players. Couldn't even say that without laughing.
Don't even joke, lad. Don't even joke, lad.
I don't know.
Boy, the NL East is so bad. The NL East is so bad this year.
I almost hope that they do miss out on the playoffs.
I for sure do.
Because, like, I think the team needs something different. And I don't want to say, like, I'm not trying to say, like, Pete Alonso's, like, a locker room cancer. He's not a clubhouse cancer. But, like, maybe Pete Alonso leaving this team and somebody else coming in and, like, you have a little more movement with your roster instead of every single guy being from the same org, and maybe something changes. But like,
it's important to remember, by the way, that Pete Alonso wasn't even supposed to be on the roster this year. They didn't add him until like a week before spring training, and the only reason they brought him back in on a 1-year deal is because there was not a single other team in Major League Baseball willing to tender him an offer. Like, Pete Alonso didn't want to be there, and they didn't necessarily want him back, but things fell that way. This was supposed to be a Boris for them.
Is Pete Alonso a Boris client?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm like fairly certain. The funny part about it is he is having a career average year. His current OPS is 852. His career,
don't get me wrong.
Yes.
He's a good ball player.
Yeah, his career OPS is 854. His current OPS is 852. You know, he's doing exactly what Pete Alonso does, and he got signed to the equivalent of the Pittsburgh Steelers of Major League Baseball. In that they will never rebuild. They will just retool. They will never rebuild.
The other thing is, like, this year, like last year, he played 162 games. He's probably going to play 162 games this year. He only had 88 RBIs last year. He already has 117. Like, if the Mets are going to have probably the most money to throw at him, if I'm him, do I want to go back? Like, he seems like he's the guy who's like, I want to be on the Mets. I'm the Mets guy. I'm the polar bear in New York. It makes no sense. But, like, I don't know, man. Is he ever gonna have a chance to play for something? Because Jonah Tong is one of your pitchers in the starting lineup.
If he wants to play for something meaningful in his career, that's not going to happen in Queens. I
heard they play for rings in the desert.
I heard that they're playing for rings in Colorado.
About them as well, since that was also an interleague series.
Such a sad. This
Arizona,
is genuinely.
Where do you go from here if you're Arizona, dude?
This is the saddest 2-game win in a 3-game series I think I've ever seen. You go to the charred husk of the Minnesota Twins, a team that
literally it's just Cody Clemens.
Right, like a team that couldn't tie their shoe without trading away one of the laces. Like, and you've got Mickey Gasper and Cody Clemens holding it together with paper clips and gum. And you're a team that's 2.5 games back from the wild card. And none of it was terribly convincing.
They're still in the wild card race?
Yes. They're 2 games. They're 2 games
Allegedly.
back.
No,
And
no, they're not.
yeah, I promise. And Cincinnati.
I know. I'm looking at it now.
75 and 75. If you want to call that in the wild card race, you are allowed to call that in the wild card race.
All I'm saying is that the fact that you're getting a meaningful start, and I'll be honest, not even a terribly bad 5-inning start from Nabil Krismat in the Big 2025.
Oh, darn
This is not a winning philosophy. Remember, Corbin Burns is on this team. Do you remember that? Corbin Burns is under contract in Phoenix, Arizona right now.
I have something to say. There's a good chance we get to Thursday and the Arizona Diamondbacks have locked up that wild card spot. They're currently playing the San Francisco Giants from today till Wednesday. And if they can sweep them, they won't.
The Giants win that series. The Giants will take care of it.
They won't.
They're playing better baseball right now. They're playing better baseball right now. This is a team with legitimate playoff aspirations.
As we're recording this, the Giants' probable starter on today, Monday the 15th, is Kai-Wei Tang, who has a 7.54 ERA.
How is Kai? Found him.
His last start was 4 innings, 3 hits, 4 earned runs, 5 walks, and 8 strikeouts. The previous start was Zach Gallen. 4.84 ERA Zach Gallen. This is not the same Zach Gallen.
It's still Zach Gallen over Kai-Wei Tang.
Yeah, but this has been
the worst year of Zach Gallen's career.
My God, that is coughing baby versus coughing baby.
This is you hit Zach Gallen with a Madison Bumgarner-inator. Like, you turned him into bad. You turned him into a pumpkin.
Oh no, he's the pumpkin.
Could this be the second straight season with a Diamondbacks pitcher as the great pumpkin?
Arizona pitcher.
Could it happen? I don't think it will. I don't think it will. Hashtag pumpkin watch.
Oh no, what's happening?
Though, unfortunately, it might be Sandy's award to lose at this point.
I don't know. Does it have to be a pitcher?
It doesn't have to. It's just those are the people that turned into the pumpkins most recently. Pitchers.
Can I give a retroactive pumpkin watch or pumpkin award to like 2022 Andrew Benintendi?
We'll run it past the committee.
I guess we can ask. They won't say yes.
You can always ask. Always do and then ask for forgiveness. Right?
Yes. Shall we move into do you guys have final thoughts on interleague play, or shall we move to the outer leagues?
My Sacramento Athletics have taken a series sweep. My Sacramento Athletics.
They are 1 game from dead last in the division. Okay, all right.
Let's do the NL.
Going to the National League, Pittsburgh and the Nationals. Great week to be a National. Bread games. Holding up the sides, if you know what I mean here. 6-5 in Game 1. The Nationals win house with the home run, and so does Dylan Cruz with the 2-run home run. Game 2, a 5-1 win for Pittsburgh. Triolo, a home run. McCutchen and York each have 2 RBIs. 4-3 win for the Nationals in the final game to take the series. Bottom of the 8th, Dalen Lyle, an RBI double for the lead. What's up, dog? St. Louis and Milwaukee, Game 1. A Milwaukee win, 8-2. Yelich with a 2-run home run, and Churio with 2 RBIs. 9-8 win for Milwaukee in Game 2. Final after 10 innings. Milwaukee was down 7-4 entering the bottom of the 9th. They tie it. Then the bottom of the 8th, Monasterio walks it off. That can't be right. Are there 2 of them? No, there isn't. I said Ballesteros earlier. Monasterio with a walk-off RBI single. Game 3, a 3-2 win for St. Louis. St. Louis scores in all 3 in the top of the second. Colorado and San Diego. Colorado loses every game except for the second one. Dude, who cares? They played a JV baseball team in high school. Lost the Dodgers and San Francisco. Game 1, 5-1 win for the Giants after 10 innings. Bottom of the 10th, Patrick Bailey has the walk-off grand slam. That's how you win a baseball game. Bottom of the... Nope. Game 2. 13-7 win. The Dodgers take it. Ohtani, home run. Teoscar has 3 RBIs. Rojas, Wortvet, and Freeman each have 2. Game 3, a 10-2 win for the Dodgers. Conforto, 3 RBIs. Edman and Rojas each have 2. And Glasnow goes 6.2 for strikeouts.
Your National League division leaders in the Central, the best team in baseball, first team to 90 wins. The Milwaukee Brewers, they are 91 and 59 on the year. Behind them, the Philadelphia Phillies, 89 and 61. They currently lead the East, and the West leading Los Angeles Dodgers are 84 and 65. Your current playoff picture includes the 3 wildcard teams out of the Central. The Chicago Cubs currently hold the first wildcard spot at 85 and 64. They have an 8.5 game cushion. They will be a playoff team. The San Diego Padres with a 5-game cushion. They are 82 and 68 from the NL West. And representing the NL East for the final NL wildcard spot right now, the New York Mets at 77 and 73. They are currently a game and a half up on the San Francisco Giants. Diamondbacks also they're 2 games back. Where do we want to go in the National League, fellas?
I mean, Milwaukee wins. That makes sense. The Dodgers take 2 of 3. That's a series that you could see maybe the Giants taking the series at home. The Dodgers kind of just put on a ton of runs in the second and the third game there, 13 and 10, 23 runs in the last 2 games of the series. And of course,
the thing
right?
you have to be concerned about with this Dodgers team is them hitting their stride at the right point, because we haven't seen them hit their stride at all this season. It seems like they're hitting their stride right now.
That's
now,
what I was going to say.
The
Mariah Carey.
The question for me the rest of the way for the Dodgers is there enough gas in the tank for them to put their foot down and overtake the Phillies for that last bye, that top 2 seed? But for right now, I think in the division, they're about as good as it gets.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. The Mariah Carey is thawing meme is happening, I believe, currently, which means that the Dodgers are hitting their stride and are getting ready to make a run to the World Series out of whatever spot in the playoffs they have.
I will say,
I don't want a lot for Christmas.
You don't want what?
Bryce Eldridge is a Christmas present come early for the San Francisco Giants. I don't know why I keep pointing today. We're open hand gesturing now. We're inviting people in. We aren't blocking people. We're inviting.
He's simulating brandishing a weapon.
It's a 15-year penalty. You better be careful there.
They've just added another left-handed slugging first baseman because their left-handed slugging first baseman Dom Smith got hurt. So they have to turn to left-handed slugging first baseman Rafael Devers. So they called up left-handed slugging first baseman Bryce Eldridge. None of these people are a starting pitcher, mind you. But, hey, it's a playoff push there in the Bay. And
we're bringing in resident Giants fan Mickey Doolittle to answer them questions. Except he didn't answer his phone like normal, so.
You called Mickey?
No, why would I don't do that?
Well, that's why I was surprised. I didn't think he would pick up the phone anyway.
Right. I didn't know what direction that bit was going.
He was not going to pick up if I call him right now. He's not picking up.
Fair.
Justin Verlander?
He's slowly turning it around. I am not confident that he will get a postseason start. But over his last 3 starts, he's got 18 innings pitched. He has 10 hits, 1 earned run, and 20 strikeouts.
That earned run off of a home run as well. That's it.
Right. So he went 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts against the Dodgers. Verlander, I think you're right, Adam. He's maybe not their frontline postseason starter. I feel like Robbie Ray is, aside for that one misstep on Sunday, has pretty much squared that away. But that's a veteran that you really you really have an invaluable clubhouse presence for a team that keeps bringing up young and, very fresh to the playoffs players who, he say what you will about Justin Verlander's on the field performance, but he is
great off the field performance.
Oh, certainly.
He is a great locker room presence and someone who can be trusted to lead with experience. I'm trying to not laugh because John is trying to twist
That's exactly
my words.
I said off the field performance. He's the best guy to have in your bullpen as a leader. I mean, shoot, he's 40 years old, 42 years old. The 22-year-old who's walking into that bullpen goes, "Hey, my name's Braxton," because everybody who's 22 has the name Braxton, and goes, "What do I do today?" And then JV's like, "Hey, I'll take you under my wing."
How many people do you know that are named Braxton?
Are you just writing fan fiction of a bullpen?
Actually, this is my new book coming out next year.
All right, man.
Moving swiftly past that, are there any other series that we want to talk about from the NL?
The NL seems pretty cut and dry this week.
Yeah, thin week from the NL. Is there anything? This is the question that I want to pose to you, and I'll ask the same about the AL when we get there. But the question I want to pose to you guys is now with, basically 2 episodes left before the postseason picture. What are you guys going to be spending these last 2 weeks focusing on in the NL? What are you looking for? What are you excited about? What are we putting to bed?
I'm interested to see if the Mets make it. I think that's the one thing that I'm looking at here. I know we did an episode maybe a month or so ago of are either New York team going to make it, which is kind of crazy to think about. I think that's interesting. I think you're right too. If the Dodgers can suddenly turn it on and just barely get in front of Philadelphia, they're back 5 games from them. It's going to be a little tough, but that could be interesting to see too. And they get a rest week for missed that first opening series there. But yeah, that's about it.
I am fascinated to see what goes on between the Dodgers and the Padres. The Dodgers go into a series against Philadelphia. The Padres go to Queens to play a Mets team that is slumping heavy. With only 2.5 games separating the Dodgers in first place from the Padres in second place, there's a decent chance that both teams are going to make the playoffs, but that divisional championship is really anyone's game right now.
Yeah, my eyes are also going to be out in California. I think the Dodgers, the Padres, and the Giants are the 3 most compelling teams in the National League right now. I think the reason I'm going to be spending more time paying attention to them is just because I want to figure out which one of them is a fraud, right? Or which 2 of them are frauds before we get to the postseason. Because I'm burned by a California team every year. It's not going to happen this year. I'll promise you that much. Promise you that much. Shall we move to the American League?
Please. Toronto sweeps Baltimore because that's what they do in the Battle of the Birds. 6-1 in Game 1. Varsho 2 RBIs. Guerrero, Clement, and Straw each have RBIs in that one as well. 5-4, a close one in Game 2. Blue Jays still on top. Barger with the home run. Bottom of the 9th, the Toronto scores 3, and then Kirk has the walk-off sac fly. And Game 3, an 11-2 win for the Blue Jays, completing the sweep. Springer homers. Barger and Clement each have 3 RBIs. Loperfido has 2. Cleveland sweeps the Chicago White Sox 4-0 in Game 1. Fry a home run. Martinez a home run. 3-1 in Game 2. Kayfus a 2-run shot. Big Christmas has a home run. 3-2 in Game 3. Bo Naylor has a home run and 3 RBIs because if you have the last name Naylor, you're a White Sox killer. The Yankees and Boston, they get Sunday Night Baseball this week. And 4-1, the Yankees win Game 1. Judge has a home run. Luis Gil has 6 innings pitched, 0 hits through 6 innings, 4 strikeouts. 5-3 in Game 2, the Yankees win it. Jazz has the home run and 3 RBIs on the day. Bellinger has 2 RBIs. Game 3, a 6-4 win for Boston on Sunday Night Baseball. Narvaez has a home run. Boston scores all 6 runs in the bottom of the first. And the Angels and the Seattle Mariners, a 4-game set here, a sweep from the Mariners. The Angels lose Game 1, 6-7. After 12 innings, bottom of the 12th, Harry Ford has the walk-off sac fly. Crawford, 3 RBIs. Julio, 2 RBIs. Game 2, a 2-1 win. Garver, a home run. And Castillo, 6 innings, pitched 5 Ks. 5-3 in Game 3. Crawford, Homer, Polanco, and Naylor each have 2 RBIs. And 11-2 to complete the 4-game sweep of the Angels in the city of Angels. But in the city of Mariners, Raleigh has his 54th home run. Naylor and Canzone have 3 RBIs.
Your American League division leader starting in the East. The best team in the American League is the non-American team, the Toronto Blue Jays at 87-62. They are going to the playoffs. The Detroit Tigers 85-65. They lead the Central. And in the West, the Seattle Mariners have overtaken the Houston Astros. They are 82-68. In the wild card race, the New York Yankees currently clinging to a 2.5 game lead. They're 83-66, hanging up above the Boston Red Sox at 82-68, and the Houston Astros currently on the cut line for the wild card at 81-69. Behind them, the Rangers and the Guardians. They're at 79-71 and 78-71, 2 and 2.5 games back, respectively. What do we want to talk about in the American League, gentlemen?
I mean, Kirk?
Not everybody at once.
No. 3 out of the 4 series here are sweeps, which is one thing surprising to me. But not to mention, New York taking 2 of 3 from Boston. This is a series that we knew going in was going to be pretty contested. And 2 of the 3 games were within 2 runs of each other. You know, I mean, Boston, all 6 runs in the bottom of the first inning. You know, game two, pretty close there as well. Luis Gil putting up a good start game 1. The AL East is still really exciting, except for the fact that Baltimore got swept. But, you know,
they got swept by an AL East team. It doesn't matter.
How satisfying do you think it has to be for the Toronto Blue Jays to be sitting atop that division and watching the Yankees and the Red Sox hitting each other with metal pipes over and over again to try and figure out who's going to have the better wild card draw? Like, how much fun do you think it is to be a Toronto Blue Jay right now?
Probably pretty good. We need a metal pipe sound effect.
I don't think we do need a metal pipe sound.
I do not trust you with a metal pipe sound effect.
I don't trust you with any sound effect.
I do not trust you with the metal pipe. You're going to play a sound effect. Now that we said the word sound effect, I swear to God.
I can see his eyes going there already. He's trying to figure out which one to play.
Listen. But you're like, going back to the baseball here. You're right. Like, it's got to be so nice for the Toronto Blue Jays to be, what are they, up 6 or 7 games?
That's forced. That's so forced.
It was a 5-minute timeout from you. 5-minute timeout.
Oh, send the Shaq meme. But no, you're right. Like, Toronto to be the team that's like out of nowhere, like, I mean, way earlier in the season, just like, this is our division, we're going to hold it for the rest of the year. And then to get to the end, last 2 weeks of the year, and looking down and going, you guys can't even beat each other correctly. Like it's kind of.
Wow, you guys really should have figured it out in June and July, or else this wouldn't be an issue currently. Must be nice.
June or July, the 6th or 7th month.
Oh my God! Enough. How about Seattle taking 4 from the Angels? I know it's an Angels team that has nothing to play for, but for Seattle, that's a series that you really have to sweep, and I think them doing so is important, right? They look like they've turned a corner to me.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say the same thing, and basically it gives them first place in the division, which is nice if that's what you care about. However, the Mariners do kind of get an easy path. They have the Royals this week, starting tomorrow, and then they go to Houston Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and like that right there could decide the winner. Now I'll bring up why I say could. Colorado after that, and then the Dodgers to round out the year. But if you take care of business with games 154 through 156, you've probably got the division on lock. I say could because Texas and the Houston Astros play this week.
The Houston Astros?
The Astros and the Rangers. And then the Rangers get to go to Miami, Minnesota, and Cleveland.
Ooh.
They are
smooth sailing.
3 games back of the first place Seattle Mariners.
Boy, that series is going to be real fun to watch. That series is that's okay. If we're moving forward to our AL things to watch, my thing to watch this week is that particular series.
I'm just saying that the Astros have to go through the 2 other good teams in their division to finish the year, and those 2 teams get to go, hey, we get to play you for 3 games and then play nobody other than the Mariners playing the Dodgers. But like the Dodgers will be wrapped up at that point
to play for at that point, and they might just be trying to roll some pitchers.
Exactly, and if they can do that, then it's interesting. I know we haven't asked it yet, but like it's there. I am most interested to see where the Rangers end up in the AL West standings, because out of nowhere they could win the division. I don't think they've held the division lead for a game this year.
I'm pretty sure that's accurate.
Sounds correct.
Okay, they did at the beginning of the year. Actually, they did all the way up until April 26th, and then
not even a month.
Fourth for a while, fourth for like the entire month of June, and been thirds, literally holding third place since July 13th, and out of nowhere could win the division. Now, does winning the division matter? Probably not, because you're not going to get that second bye week or that second bye spot in the wild card round. Which is why I think that maybe they should all have buys. Because you won your damn division. I don't know, guys. I'm just thinking with my brain here if almost it makes sense on how they used to do it. But like,
we'll have a larger discussion about this at some point in the offseason, because I would like to do a full episode on this, but I am against the 3 wild card team format and kind of have always been against that.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think that's my thing to watch in the American League. My selfish thing to watch in the American League is the White Sox play the Orioles, Padres, Yankees, and Nationals, and they are currently 5 games away from finishing above 100 wins or 100 losses. They have 7. They're 57 and 93. So if they lose 7, they finish with 100 losses, which by all means is an improvement from last year. But to finish with 99 this year, if that's all it takes, would be so much nicer.
I need the Boston Red Sox to continue to be successful. I think this is a team that I am unreasonably invested in their success. Mostly because they just seem to keep... I don't know if they just have somewhere hidden in the bowels of Fenway Park or in Worcester this machine that creates lefty starting pitchers.
It's just lefty Grove in the bullpen, just teaching everyone.
But
still back there.
For example, on Tuesday they're starting Connolly Early.
Connolly Early's had a couple of good starts too. He
went 5 innings against Sacramento, Oakland, Las Vegas. 5 hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, 11 strikeouts.
Yep.
Hello.
And it was I heard a post-game
He's got
interview
one
with
start,
him after
right?
that outing, by the way, and looking back at his old game logs in college and in summer ball and whatever, as far as anyone could tell, that was the only 11 strikeout game in documented history that guy has thrown,
Wow.
which was
All,
very funny.
all, all I'm saying is maybe it's the Twitter personalities that have infected my feed. Maybe it's Maybelline. I just want the Boston Red Sox to continue to win, and I think it's entirely possible. They're 5.5 games back in the AL East, so I don't know if that one's necessarily within their grasp, but they're a game up of Houston in the AL wild card, so they control their own destiny right now.
They could get there. They could get to the promised land. Grid time.
John, what's
Grid
the
time.
grid?
The grid is an immaculate grid. And the grid's so immaculate that it's 3 rows and 3 columns, which means 9 intersections that you, yes you, but you won't do it for this one because we're going to give you the answers, can fill in with a player that matches a team, a category, a stat, an award, and we got to match them up and find the rarest players.
Yes. And
Yes.
today's Monday, September 15th of the year of our Lord 2025, the immaculate grid, which means, of course, grid born without immaculation. I don't know. Row 1, the Braves. Row 2, the Mariners. Row 3, played a catcher a minimum of 1 game. The Texas Rangers in column 1, the Dodgers in 2, and played outfield a minimum of 1 game in column 3. Ladies and gentlemen, John Sansoni will give you our first player.
All right. Braves played outfield, minimum of 1 game. I'm going to say
He's thinking.
I'm thinking this. I want this to be good.
I've got a good one if you'd like me to go first.
All right. No, here's what we'll do. Braves played outfield, minimum of 1 game.
Yeah, I've been there for about 5 minutes.
William Contreras. The catcher.
Contreras brother? I know.
Yeah.
Point. Actually, 18%. No, 0.07.
Oh my God. Okay.
I have a
All right.
Seattle Mariner, Los Angeles Dodger, if I could interest you, gentlemen, in some JT Chargois.
Ooh.
Wait, you said Mariner Dodger?
Mariner Dodger.
Chargois. 0.2.
Dodgers Braves. Eddie Rosario.
My gosh. Erdy? Where did he go? 1%. Gonna have to kill him. And by him, I mean John.
Okay. Not Dodgers. Braves Rangers. I think Jake Odorizzi did this. No, Jake Odorizzi. No, wait, he didn't start. He signed with the Rangers, but he didn't play.
I have a Texas Rangers catcher, perhaps.
Please.
Mr. Giovanni Soto.
No.
Are you sure?
Well, Giovanni Soto. There's probably multiple of them. How do you spell Giovanni? There is. I clicked the wrong one. I'll put it into my phone. Give me a second.
I was hoping that was not the case, but clearly it is.
It gives me time to noodle over which Brave Ranger. I'm going
No.
to pick.
Please.
Which Brave Ranger? Chris Kyle. Giovanni Soto did not play for them. Who are we talking about?
Which Giovanni Soto are you looking at?
What position were we talking about?
The catcher. We're talking about Texas Rangers played catcher.
Yeah, that's definitely where I put him. Give me a second. Oh, gosh. Wow, that makes sense. Yeah, gosh, he's there.
Oh, crazy. Crazy how that works. Did you pick the wrong Giovanni Soto, perhaps?
No, I put the wrong spot.
Oh, well, that's arguably worse.
All right. John, please tell me you have something.
Yes, Braves, Rangers, J.P. Martinez.
He's there.
Juan Pablo. Played catcher, played outfield. This could be a good one.
I have a Mariner who played outfield. If you guys are
Do that.
Are into that sort of thing. Nelson Cruz.
He's also there.
Did you spell Nelson Cruz correctly? Did you make sure?
Yeah. Shut up.
What are we looking for? Do we need a Dodgers catcher? I could give you a Dodgers catcher if you like.
No, I can do.
Dodgers.
All right, can I do catcher outfielder?
Please.
No,
Eduardo
because
Escobar.
That's better than what I was going to have.
What are you gonna say,
that's
Eric
better.
Haas?
No.
Maybe.
I was going to do Craig Biggio, but I feel like that one's pretty obvious. We need a Ranger, Mariner, and a Dodger catcher.
A.J. Ellis for the Dodger catcher. And I'll let somebody else take the last one.
John?
You know, I don't know if I have one here.
I would hope you do.
Mariner, Ranger, anybody? Anybody got anything here?
Mariner Ranger.
I'm going to be very upset if I get this after already saying somebody else can take the last one.
I got. Hold on. I'm thinking.
I'm not. I can't think of a single person.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What's his name? It's the pitcher. The relief pitcher.
Rafael Montero.
No.
That's not who I was thinking.
No, it's
Shin-Soo-Choo. Bang.
Okay. What's the percentage?
We got a rarity score of 7. Shin-Soo-Choo's percentage 0.9.
Oh yeah, that'll work.
Who was it? Anthony Bass. Oh my god.
Probably.
The guy who got mad that the stewardess didn't clean up the popcorn on his
The guy who
flight.
probably had a very rough last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, where can you find us, Adam?
You can find us, the Chatting Average, on X, the Everything app. You can find us at the Chatting AVG. AVG in this case, it's short for average, and that's true.
That is true.
You can also find us on wherever you get your podcasts. Wherever you're listening to us right now, you can also get us there this time next week, whether that be YouTube, whether that be Apple Podcasts, whether that be Spotify. We are in all of those places. You can also find us in our various personal lives, but I wouldn't recommend that.
True.
I can find John wherever I want. I can find John.
You can find John in Colombia. That's true about both of you.
Soon. You could find both Johns in Colombia within the next 2-ish weeks.
By the time that our first playoff episode is out, John will be back in Colombia.
Correct, I think. Yeah.
Yeah?
Many are saying this.
Then you're
Not
saying
the
that.
playoff preview, not the end of the season. Yes.
All right, I think that's enough of that. We're never going to get to the end of that thought. This has been the Chatting Average. We're going to see you next week. Unless John loses his voice, or Adam loses his voice, or I lose my voice. But we won't do that.
Lizard.
Can you be normal?